Alert. Mic is not working. How about now? How about now? How's that mic working now? And I don't know if that's the right mic. Let's see here. Let's go there. Go. How's that? How's that? Okay. Hopefully that sounds all right. You guys let me know. I'm coming to you live from the airport. That's right. I'm coming to you live from Bradley Hartford, I believe it's called Hartford, Bradley Hartford, something like that. I'm still coming to you live from some airport. I have no idea, really, to be honest with you, where I am on any given day. I just follow the calendar, right? Oh, and my stream is already having an issue. All right, let's see. Hopefully that will get cleared up. Let me try this, see if this helps. I'm having to use a Wi-Fi hotspot. But it worked this morning to get the show up and rolling. So let's see what's going on there. There we go. Stream is back. Stream is back. Stream is back, and stream is full. All right. Hopefully we won't have any more problems with the stream. Coming to you live from Bradley Hartford Airport here in Connecticut or Massachusetts or somewhere in between. But I'm coming to you live. Today's show will be, of course, fully produced, as it always is. We're going to bring the motivation, the education, and the inspiration. We might have to do things a little bit differently to make sure that our bandwidth stays strong so that you can get everything that you need over on your side. But ultimately today and this week we're talking about radically chasing results. That's something completely different. We are in this series talking about raising the standard of average and what that looks like for you. We're talking about how it's difficult for humans sometimes to stand out. Even though we want to excel, there's this part of our DNA that keeps us safe, that keeps us with the crowd. And so if we can raise the standard of average, we can ultimately excel as humans in a much safer and efficient way. So we're talking about that today. We're going to talk about a little golfing. We're going to talk about Arizona. We're going to talk about sleep. We're going to talk about time. And most importantly, we're going to talk about transformation and how you can have the transformation that you desire in your life. All that and more on today's episode of GM3X. Let's go! It is time to rise and grind.
Welcome to GM3X. I am your host, Glenn Lundy. I am a husband to one, a father to eight, and the founder of the 800% Elite Club. I hope you're ready for motivation, education, inspiration, celebrity interviews, and thought-provoking conversations, because it's 5:30 a.m. and it's time to rise and grind.
Hey, good morning. How are you, my friend? How are you, my friend? Dude, I am coming to you live from Bradley Hartford Airport right here in Connecticut. Today is Wednesday. That's right, today is Wednesday, a.k.a. CMA Day. That's Carter Myers Automotive Group, the most amazing automotive group and organization I've had the opportunity, the privilege, the plum-pleasing pleasure to be able to do work with for the last few years. Carter Myers Automotive is absolutely spectacular. They're just an incredible group. But one of the things that makes them really special over there at Carter Myers is every single one of their employees is an actual owner of the company. They've got shares of stock. So if you're like, hey, I want to own my own company, boom, there's your opportunity. You can head on over to Carter Myers Automotive. Maybe you're in automotive now and you're looking to make a switch, a place that has an incredible culture where you can move your life forward and move your career forward. Maybe that's what you need to do. You head on over to Carter Myers Automotive. Maybe you're not in the automotive space. You're in a completely different space right now, but you're like, you know what? I want to change. I want something different. Reach out to me, Scott Simons, Liza, any of the folks over at Carter Myers Automotive. They always have a spot, 1,100 associates. They've got jobs for everybody, from cleaning cars to working in accounting to human resources to marketing and media to sales and everything in between. That's what I love about the automotive industry, is there are opportunities for everybody. So today is Wednesday, a.k.a. CMA Day. Today is also September 28th, 2022. And what's crazy is today is the very first and the very last time it'll ever be Wednesday, September 28th, 2022. So I want to make sure we make the absolute most, and I do mean the absolute most, of this absolutely incredible day. Hey, listen, I'm getting ready to hop on a plane. I'm going to be hopping on a plane here in less than an hour, and I am headed out to, ultimately, I'm going to be going through Dallas, but ultimately heading out to Arizona, the state that I was raised in. Super excited to spend some time there today. But before we do that, I got to hit on, I had an amazing time here in Massachusetts. This is my new friend, Carla. Carla is an owner of multiple dealerships here in this area, her and her brother, and they had a huge fundraising golf tournament yesterday. That's something they put together 14 years ago. They have raised $1.4 million to help battle cancer, and so I got to spend time with her and her team yesterday. It was a day filled with golf, which I am struggling at lately. It is a day filled with fun and food and lots of laughter and ultimately just some really, really, really good times. And on top of all that, thanks to the silent auctions and the things that they had going on, I was actually able to win a Nintendo Switch. That's right, I got a Nintendo Switch. Now, the real question is, which of my 8 children get the Nintendo Switch? If you can guess that, you're better than me, because I have no idea. It's kind of a pinkish color, so maybe one of my girls, I got 6 girls, 2 boys, maybe Oakland, right? Maybe it's time for the 3-year-old to get introduced to the world of video games. I don't know, but I've got a Nintendo Switch. It was a really good time, but now I am excited to be moving over to Arizona. Now, though I did win a Nintendo Switch, and that was super cool, the real prize that I got from this trip, was, A, spending time with Carla and them was amazing, but there's a kid named Bryce. And this kid named Bryce, I say kid, he's a young guy, younger than me, I think, right? But this kid named Bryce, I was sitting at one of the tables. I was actually sitting by myself for a minute, and then Carla came over, and then all of a sudden this kid named Bryce taps me on the shoulder. So I turn over to Bryce, and Bryce says, "Hey, man, I saw that you were going to be here today, and I really wanted to meet you." And so I took my whole team from the body shop, 9 of his people. I bought them all tickets to Carla's event. I picked them up in a shuttle van, and we brought them all here because I heard you say yesterday on your show that you were in town, and I really wanted to meet you. He then went on to tell me the story of how Carla and Tommy had literally plucked him out of the environment that he was in and gave him an opportunity to build and develop this incredible body shop, which he's had a lot of success with. He said along the way he's been doing some work with a guy named Chris Collins, who's a friend of mine. Chris Collins brought me in to speak at one of his events. Bryce saw me speak at the event and was energized, and ever since has been watching every morning on GM3X. When he was talking to me, he was explaining to me how he starts his day off with his team saying, "Good morning, good morning, good morning." He said he says it 3 times every time, right? And he said he always says, today is September 28th, 2022, and what's crazy is today is the very first and the very last time, right? He was telling me all of these little quotes and things that he uses for his group that has helped them grow and develop their culture, all by watching GM3X every day. I was like, this is insane, man. This is so stinking cool, man. That was really the real prize for me. Follow that up, there's a guy named Josh Gamash, I love his last name, and I got to meet his wife. And his wife came to me and she said, "Man, my husband talks about you all the time. He loves training with you in 800% Club, and he's really made some changes in his life. He's starting to wake up earlier. He's talking about doing things like hiking and whatnot, which he had never talked about doing before." She said it's really made an impact on him, and she said, "Thank you. Thank you for making an impact on my husband." And man, I'm telling you, that was powerful, man. It's powerful to know that the things that have to be done in order for me to get the opportunity to spend this time with you every morning, that it really does make a difference. That if we can create a space filled with motivation, education, inspiration, if we can help people change the way they start their day, that it ultimately, it really does make an impact. right? So it was so stinking cool, man. That was the real prize by far. And it reminded me when I get asked, because I get asked often, people are like, how do you do it, Glenn? How do you do so much, sleep so little, and fit it all in, right? You know, there's only 24 hours in a day, and between raising the kids and pouring into your wife and running the 2 businesses and traveling all over multiple cities. You know, the last couple of days I've been in Indianapolis, Massachusetts, now I'm in Connecticut, I've headed to Dallas, followed by Arizona. But people ask me all the time. They ask about the sleep. They ask, how do you do it? And the answer to that is this. This is how I'm able to do it. The conversations with Bryce, the conversation with Mrs. Gamache, those conversations are the fuel. They're literally the fuel that allow me to continue to show up here day in and day out. I'm seeing a little bouncing in the sound in the headphones. I hope you guys can hear me okay. Send me a text on my cell phone if for some reason you can't. But that's how. By seeing, feeling, and experiencing the ripple effect of the actions, that is exactly how I'm able to do this day in and day out. And here's the thing. You too, I made a decision a long time ago to make an impact in people's lives. And at some point, you're going to have to make a decision as well. At some point, you're going to have to make a choice. And see, the choice is, are you going to live your life for you, or are you going to live your life for them? You see, I have chosen to live my life for them, for the Bryces of the world, for the Josh Gamaches of the world, for the Mrs. Gamaches. I've chosen to live my life for them. But here's the plot twist. There's a plot twist in that. When you make the choice whether to live your life for you, thank you, Darian, whether to live your life for you or to live your life for others, there's a plot twist. There really is. And the plot twist is when you choose to live your life for others, it ultimately makes a positive impact on you. Dude, it's about playing chess, not checkers, folks. Playing chess, not checkers. That's what it's all about. And on that note, my boy Darian Sanders is in here, and that makes me so stinking happy. I love you, Darian. I know he's flying all over the world, too. On that note, we got to do some dancing this morning. I'm going to do some dancing right here in the Hartford Bradford Airport. What's the volume on this? Oh, it's a little hot. Thank you, Dora Maria. Okay. Oh, that's too low. And this sounds weird. But you guys say you can hear me okay. And that's what matters most. So check it out. Here, how do I get that volume up? Come on. There we go. That's a little bit better. For those of you that know, and those of you that don't know, this is the part of the show where I need you to hit that share button. That's right, I need you to hit that share button, because I believe if we can change the way people start their day, it'll make a massive impact on this planet. Sometimes all it takes to change the way somebody starts their day is for you to hit that share button. This is also the part of the show where we got to get these bodies in motion. Listen, an object in motion tends to stay in motion. An object at rest tends to stay at rest. So it's time for you to get rolling, all right? If you're laying in the bed right now, I'm going to need you to get up. People are looking at me like I'm crazy, by the way, and I love it. I'm going to need you to get up. If you're on a run right now, pick it up. A little extra pace. Come on. A little extra pace. You got it. You got a little bit more. You got a little bit more, right? If you're lifting some weights, come on. Add some extra pounds to that. Maybe you're taking one of your kids to school this morning. Just do some dancing wherever you're at, right? Do some dancing. Have some fun. Loosen up, right? Get that body in motion. Convert that energy. There goes the stream. I got a little soft in the stream there. Hopefully it's still connected, right? Beautiful. Get moving. Get going. Let's take on this day. Now, this is also the part of the show where normally I would say good morning to you, and I'd have you say good morning to me. I can't see or access everybody right now at the moment, but drop a good morning in the comments. I'll go back a little bit later. I'll say what's up. I'm going to guess, though, that my friend Liza Myers-Borges is in here, so good morning to you. I'm going to guess that David Hill is in here. I'm going to guess that Justin Conoco is in here. I know Dora Maria is up in here. And my boy Darian Sanders, great to see you as well. I'm going to guess that Scott Simons is in the building. I'm going to guess who else? I mean, there's tons. I know Mary Lynn Wilkin is up in here. Christina Howard is most likely up in here. Vicki Everett, Gail B. Kratt, and the Twangs. They're up in here. Ricardo Govindasamy. Is that how you say it, Govindasamy? I'm sure he's up in here this morning, and many more. Thank you all so much for joining me right here on GM3X. And let's keep talking about raising the standard of average and this idea that consistent discipline compounded daily equals transformation. We're going to keep talking about that virtually. Also, I do want to let you know we're going to be live in Cummings, Georgia, just outside of Atlanta, less than a month from now. So if you're in the auto space, if you're an owner or general manager of a car dealership, then we want you to come join us. It's going to be stinking awesome. And as a matter of fact, here's kind of what it'll feel like.
Automotive dealer owners and GMs only, exclusively on October 26th, the Technology Matters Summit presented by 800% Elite Automotive Club. We are holding this event at one of the premier dealerships in the United States of America. We will be at Beaver Toyota in Cummings, Georgia. That's right, Beaver Toyota, led by Patrick Abad. I know you've heard of the place. They've had a massive increase in sales over the last 3 years. And we're going to have our event right there on site. So you can check out the store. You can check out all the features. You can check out what some are calling the Disneyland of dealerships as we learn that technology matters from Dan Moore,
Brian Benstock,
Brian Kramer, and so many more. Grab your ticket now. We'll see you there. October 26th, Cummings, Georgia. Don't miss it.
Good morning, Jess here with Good News Girls, and I've got a story to share with you guys. I know turning 30 is a big milestone, and it's kind of scary. I know when I turned 30, I thought, oh my gosh, I'm going to have all the gray hair, and everything's going to get crazy in my life, which it has. But for one young man out of San Francisco named Saliakos, he has decided to turn all his anxieties into good. At age 29, Saliakos got a pen, a paper, and began writing down all the things in his life that he was grateful for. After looking at his list, he realized everything he's thankful for and all the wonderful things that's happened in his life. He has so many people to be thankful for because he's had a great support system. To pay it forward, he has come up with an idea to do 30 acts of kindness before he turns 30. I think that's great. I mean, we do random acts of kindness, so this is pretty cool, and it kind of goes with our theme. So far, he has made more than 400 desserts for firefighters, donated 150 supply kits for middle schools in the Oakland area. Awesome 30 act of kindness. He stated his main goal is to just see a smile on people's face and hope to inspire others to do random acts. Like us, we love to do random acts of kindness in our own form of random acts of kindness. So I'm encouraging you to do something very similar. Even if you just do one day, just one day of something. That can even be as easy as walk past someone and tell them they look beautiful today. Or anything. Buy the next person behind you their coffee or their breakfast at McDonald's or their Taco Bell when you're at lunch. Something. That is considered an act of kindness. And I look forward to seeing what you guys go out and do. Have a great week.
Jess, buy me Taco Bell.
I got you.
Hey, so look, check it out. Monday this week, Monday morning, I was up at 3 a.m., right? Got up at 3 a.m., did the morning 5, headed over to the studio, Jumped over to the studio, did my show, went home Monday morning, had breakfast with the kids on Monday, got ready, packed up, and then drove to Indianapolis. Now, once we got to Indianapolis, then we met. We met with the Mills Auto Group virtually that day. Then from there, we met with the Rohrman Group, which was absolutely incredible. Then from there, went and hopped on a plane and flew to Massachusetts. Arrived in Massachusetts 1 o'clock in the morning or so. There was a little bit of an issue with my vehicle, and so I made it back to the hotel at 2 a.m., right? So I went from 3 a.m. to 2 a.m., then slept for 2 hours, 10 minutes, slept through my alarm a little bit, so I slept till 4:30 a.m. yesterday morning, then got up on 2.5 hours of sleep, came in, did the show with you guys, which was awesome, then went from there around town, did a little run in downtown Massachusetts, which was cool, then went out to the golf course for the event to be with Carla and Jason and Josh Gamache and my boy Nick, who I stinking love. Spent the day with them, did that event, then that night had the auction, so on and so forth. From there, went back to the hotel. Then once I got to the hotel, had another dinner, so on and so forth, got some work done, took care of a few things. We're adding some dealers into the program, which I'm super excited about, figuring out our marketing, our branding, some things that we had to do that way. Went to bed last night at 11, got up at 3:20 this morning, did my morning 5, wrote today's show, then took a shower, left the hotel, drove to the airport, which is about 25-30 minutes away, went through security this morning, found this place here so that I could set up so I could spend my time with you, and as soon as we get done here, we're going to go to Breakfast with Champions on Clubhouse. I'm going to have a conversation while I'm in motion moving to gate A30 because my flight's going to fly out of here at 6:37 a.m. From there, I'm going to fly over to Dallas, then I'm going to go from Dallas over to Arizona. Once I get to Arizona, I'm going to drive 2 hours up to Flagstaff, which is my hometown. I'm going to spend some time at a dealership there. I'm going to spend some time with my oldest daughter there. I'm going to see my childhood best friend there, and I'm going to get a bunch of work done up there, right? And then I will continue to turn around, go back down to Phoenix, Arizona. Once I get down to Phoenix, Arizona on Thursday, then I will speak at an event called Wholesale Sharks. It's an awesome event that I'm super excited to be a part of. I will speak at that event Thursday night. That'll get me going until midnight. Then I'll fly out, and I'll spend Friday working and in dealerships, and then Saturday morning I'll be home. So I'm starting Monday at 3:20 a.m., going through. I'll get home at Saturday morning at probably roughly about the same time, 3 o'clock a.m., all week, running on anywhere from 2 to 4 hours of sleep every single night. At least getting one cycle, 2 hours and 10 minutes, sometimes two cycles, 4 hours and 20 minutes. Now, I share that all with you not to boast or brag about all that I'm doing. I share that with you because I am the same guy that used to sleep till like noon when I was younger and would always sleep through any of my alarms. Like, ask my mom. My mom I used to have alarms. They would have like an alarm on my pillow blasting in my brain, and I would not wake up. Like, I was the dude that could sleep through anything, and I would sleep, right? And I would sleep till noon, man. I'd go to bed at 11 o'clock at night, sleep till noon. Like, I could lay in bed half my life. Same dude, right? The same guy. I used to stay up until 3 o'clock in the morning, like, playing video games. I used to do that, and then I would wake up at the very last minute, right? I'd wake up at the very last minute, and then I would make it into work just in time, a little bedraggled and tired and not energized. And now, fast forward, now I get a 4-hour head start, like my guess is on most of the population today, most of the population in America, I've got a 4-hour head start. I started at 3 a.m., right? I've already written down gratitudes. I've already written down goals. I've already traveled to an airport. I've already gone through security. I've already taken a shower. I've already done I had all of these things. I've already built and fully produced a show, I've already delivered almost 30 minutes of content. It's not even 6 a.m. yet, Eastern Time. I've already connected with hundreds of people all around the world. I've already done all that, and that's just today. Like, I have a 4-hour head start every day on most of the population. And that it's a 4-hour head start on Monday, and then another 4 hours on Tuesday, and then another 4 hours on Wednesday, and 4 hours 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 and 4 hours. And so this head start, right, what starts is, imagine running a race and somebody gets a head start, a 4-hour head start on you in a race, and then the next day they get pushed forward another 4 hours, and the next day, like, you have to keep waiting 4 hours each and every day. How far ahead is that person going to get in the race, right? And here's what's cool about that is all of that has happened, and my life really, truly has advanced at a massive level over the last 5 years, but all of that really happened by making one decision. All of it. This show, the lead, the travel, the opportunities, it all came from making one decision. I made one decision to do the morning 5 every day. 5 simple steps. To wake up early with enough time to write down my gratitude, write down my goals, to take care of myself physically, and to send out an encouraging message. You guys realize that? This whole show, this whole production, Breakfast of Champions, the whole network, the connection, the impact on Bryce, the impact on Josh Kamash and his wife, the connections with Carla, all of this stuff, all of it came from one decision. Not to hit the snooze button, no phone first thing in the morning, gratitude and goals, take care of the physical, send out an encouraging message. Not hard. Not hard. One simple decision. See, most of you that are listening to this right now, most of you are 1 or 2 tweaks away, like a single decision to commit to one person, one career, one path, one job, or a single decision to commit to one process, right? Or a single decision to take one step each day towards the higher vision that you have for yourself. You are literally one decision away, right? Like it's like the person who loses 100 pounds, 150 pounds, 200 pounds, right? Like they just make a choice. They're like, okay, I'm going to do this one thing every day. I'm going to eat this one food every day. I'm going to do this yoga routine every day. I'm going to work out for 20 minutes every day. I'm going to go for a walk every day. Like they make one tweak, one little tweak to the routine, right? And that one little tweak, when committed to and taken action on, over time creates this massive transformation. Nobody says I'm going to lose 200 pounds and then they just lose 200 pounds. It's not how it works. Right? They say, you know what, I'm going to make this one decision today, one tweak in my life today, and over time, that tweak compounds. So see, I see it all the time. I do get to travel all around. And I see that most people, most businesses that are looking to thrive, those that feel stuck, that feel like they're not really tapping into their highest level or their most potential, I've noticed they're normally just 1 or 2 tweaks away. Like it's nothing drastic. It's not crazy. It's 1 or 2 weeks. 1 or 2 tweaks. Right? Like the reborn felon or the alcoholic that makes one little tweak, one little decision that ultimately compounds over time and transforms them into something new. Or the creator, like the guy who created, like the creator of the smartphone, right? He like had an idea, he had a vision. He didn't just make a smartphone overnight. That's not how it worked, right? You understand that? Like he had a prototype, and then he made a little tweak. Then he made a little tweak, and he was like, oh, this, oh, yeah, we got it. And then over time, all those little tiny daily tweaks ultimately changed the world, right? That flight's boarding, right? The Wright brothers that taught us how to fly, right? They didn't just all of a sudden overnight build a plane and start flying. You realize that, right? It was one little tweak. As a matter of fact, Orville made a little tweak. He started reading a book. He just decided he was going to start reading, and so he chose to read this book, and this book was about flight and the mechanics of it, and so on and so forth. And that sparked and inspired his It inspired him to go down this path to understand if human flight could even be possible. Like, if you are one of those people, and I don't know exactly who I'm talking to today, I know I'm talking to somebody. If you are that person that wants things to change in your life, like you want to raise the standard of average in your life, if you are that person, then I just want you to choose right now. Just choose right now. What will you do daily to move towards that? What one little tweak will you make daily to move towards that higher vision that you have of yourself? See, people don't give themselves enough runway, man. There's nothing you can't create. There's nowhere you can't go. There's nothing that you cannot achieve. Nothing. If you give yourself enough runway. Everybody wants results right now. You want it overnight. I'm just telling you, dude, I'm learning more and more about this. Read Atomic Habits if you haven't done it. One little tweak today. So what's it going to be for you? What are you going to choose to do daily that's going to move you towards that? I made a choice to wake up early, write down my gratitude and goals, send out an encouraging message. That one choice, fast forward 10 years, right, has compounded to where I've got, it's crazy. What is it going to be for you? You see, I learned a formula a long time ago, a while back, not a long time ago, but I learned a formula, and here's the formula. I'm going to give it to you. Write it on your mirror, put it on the back of your phone, take a screenshot, whatever you want to do. Consistent discipline compounded daily equals transformation. CDCD. All right, everybody's worried about the dang CDC or what the heck the CDC is saying. Here's what I want you worried about. CDCD. Consistent discipline compounded daily equals transformation. And here's how this works. First, you just have to choose. What is that one tweak that you're going to make? Second, I hope you're taking notes if this is you. If you're that one person, you're like, I want my life to transform, this is it. This is it. Okay? So first you're going to choose. What is the one tweak you're going to make? I'm gonna eat this instead of that. I'm going to drink this instead of that. I'm going to wake up at this time instead of that time. Right? Like, what is that one tweak that it is that you're going to make? First, choose that. Then I want you to announce it. I want you to announce it out loud, post it, share it on your social, tell your friends, tell your family members. Don't be ashamed. Don't be embarrassed. You're not announcing it because you need people to align or agree with it. Just announce it. That's step 2. And step 3 is get accountability. Who's going to hold you accountable? You've got to have an accountability partner. We can't trust ourselves. And then step 4 is start today. First there was the thought, then there was the word, then there was action. First choose, then announce, get someone to hold you accountable, and start today. And here's why you have to start today, because you won't do it tomorrow. You're like, okay, well, I'm going to start doing gratitude and goals tomorrow. No, you got to start today. You will not do it tomorrow. Right now you're feeling it. Right now you're compelled. Right now you're like, yeah, you're jacked up. You're energized. You're motivated for that, right? Do it today. Announce it today. Declare it today. Make the decision today. And then start moving towards that transformation. It might take you a week, a month, a year, 5 years, 10 years, but just decide, I'm going to make this one little tweak. Dude, I'm telling you, you are 1 or 2 tweaks away. 1 or 2 tweaks away from the absolute best version of yourself that you can possibly be. And that's what we're called to be. As children of God, you and I are called to be the absolute best versions of ourselves that we can possibly be. Not an average version, not a below average version, not an above average version, the absolute best version. And that's going to require you, to make a tweak, a little tiny tweak, and then consistent, discipline, compounded daily, every single day is what's going to create that transformation. Listen, if nobody's told you yet today, I want to be the first. I absolutely stinking love you. I do. And my boy Bryce that I got to meet, he said he says that to his employees all the time, and I freaking love that. But I stinking love you. And as out of love, I want to challenge you. Go out there, be the best version of yourself you can possibly be. I'm going to go catch this flight. They're boarding. For those of you over on Breakfast with Champions, Jeff, if you could play out a song at the end of this, play out a song, and then reset the room. I'm going to get all my stuff together and head over to the gate so I don't miss this flight. All right? I love you guys. I'll see you back here again tomorrow morning, 5:30 a.m., GM3X. Have an incredible day.